Kajol, firstly, thank you so much for giving me time for the Quint. It's not
pleasure.
every day we get your time, so I'm going to ask you. So I'm going to take you
That's
back.
true.
Yeah, so I'm going to take you back and ask you, how is it to be on a set of, say, a Dilwale in 2015, if you compare it to your earlier films?
Oh, very, very different. Very, very different. I would call the earlier films work. This I would call luxury babysitting almost.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
how is it different on a set?
It's very different. I mean, first and foremost, just simple fact that we never had vans.
Oh, there were no.
There were no vanity vans. There were no proper makeup rooms. We have worked in every stage, age, condition, and
Was
time.
there air-conditioned floors?
So nothing like that. We really didn't have all that, and you know there were no changing rooms. There was nothing, literally. So I mean, nowadays when I go for work, it's more like, oh, you go from your AC house to the AC van to the AC set. But yeah, we've worked in some really, really tough, weird conditions and horrible conditions actually. Now when I think of it.
Right.
But we had a blast. We always had a good time.
You know, since you're saying that, do you get time to meet your contemporaries, your co-actors from that time, and just talk about how those days were?
Sometimes we do. Sometimes, like Shah Rukh and me, honestly, are the only two people whom I've been working with for so long. Actually, the rest of the people, maybe a Saif or an Akshay up to a point once in a while, but we don't really get the time to chit chat.
Okay.
Because I am not a very social person.
Okay. So can we say that, you know, the Kriti Varun generation have it easier as if you talk about these things, the luxuries?
Physically, definitely.
Okay.
Physically, no two ways about it.
Right.
Physically, I have to say that I don't know how many of them would have lasted out in the conditions that we've worked in.
One more thing that has changed are the promotions.
Right.
So that
On a huge platform, please.
do you enjoy promotions?
Honestly, no.
It's a necessary evil that you just have to go through it.
I wouldn't say it's an evil. I think it's
Okay.
necessary, definitely.
Right.
It's fun. It's fun because you get to talk about your movie, you get to talk about, get to spend time with your co-actors, which is not on a shoot set.
Two people who tell me this are Amir and Ajay, who tell me that they question does this help going to a mall and doing 200 interviews, repeating? Does this, according to you, will this help the box office?
I don't know whether it does or not. Honestly, there are films which have not been publicized as much and done like
Brilliant.
a huge amount of business. There are films that have been publicized so much and not done a huge business. But at the same time, I think that your work matters, and you need to concentrate on the film and do a good job of making a good product. But there is no use in making a good product if you don't push it and tell people that this is, the product is coming and it's going to be here. So I do think publicity matters.
Nice. Okay, Kajol, after all these years, what is a Friday like? Do you watch the collections? Do you read reviews? Do you do any of these things?
I'm really bad. I've never let the Friday affect me, honestly, because I don't know, it's just never affected me. I've never taken it that seriously.
You sleep easily on Thursday night, you not...
No, I'm comfortable, I'm good, I go out, I'm like chilled with, I have my kids, my family. I don't know how to explain it. Every time I say it, I sound very odd
that's
and
great. You have a life.
And I sound detached from everybody and everything. It's not that the film does not matter to me. I love my work. I love the movie. I'm rooting for the film. It matters to me whether it does well or not, but not to the extent that that it will affect me or I will go into a depression or something like that. Yes, it will hurt me if it does not do well, or if people turn around and talk nonsense about it or things like that. But at the end of the day, actors generally know on the first or the second day of the shoot itself whether the film is going to turn out well or not. So if it's not going to turn out well, we've already prepared ourselves mentally कि हाँ बोलेंगे नहीं बाहर, लेकिन हमको पता है कि क्या होने वाला है पिक्चर के साथ.